because the market and the economy move in cycles. If you don't know what cycle you're in, you can't possibly know what cycle you're heading to. So today I'm going to discuss the cycle that we're in now, and then how understanding where we were at a particular time helped me solve one of my biggest clients' problems. All right, so let's talk about it. How do economies work? How do stock markets work? Well, traditionally, a stock market forecasts economies. Today in 2025, we can see that that's not the case, right? I mean, I think anybody can see it. So, by every economic factor known to man, the economy is in the Great Depression too. All right. So, whether that's foreclosures on homes, late payment of homes, new home buyers, repossession of cars, new car loans, new new home loans, unemployment, inflation, income versus inflation. Every factor says that we're in the Great Depression too, yet the stock market and the crypto markets continue to soar. So, what we want to know is how does that correlate to something that has happened in the past? Well, why are these markets soaring? It's really simple. Right now, we have a tech complex. Most people are very familiar with the term industrial complex, right? And then the kings of industry. So, I guess today we would have the kings of tech. Well, they control most of the supply. This isn't new news, right? They're buying up all the homes. They own most of the stock because it's their company, and that's how markets work. All right. So, where can we find that point in history? So, we have a system we're working within. I think everyone can see that they're attempting to head into a crypto and digital system next. How does that transition take place and what does it look like? Well, the closest point in time we can look at would be 1929. So there was actually a stock market crash in 1928 that fell 50%. Most people aren't aware. And then, of course, we have the crash of 29, which was mishandled and led to a 92% drop into 1933. Now, what was different then than now? And then what are the similarities? Well, so here are the glaring similarities. The economy after the crash was the worst it had ever been, or the worst that we know about in this day and age. I'm sure there have been worse times in history, but that's the worst that we can point to. Now, the stock market led to that crash. Why? Well, first, you need to know why the stock market was created. So, the stock market was created because big bankers went out there and they saw this thing called the stock market working. They were no longer lending to small businesses, much like today. So 1915, big banks, they didn't lend to small businesses. There was no